How are you, Mick?
Hey, Mark.
Would you like to introduce yourself and say what you do here at MGK9?
My name is Mick O Connor, as people know me on Facebook. Machine of Wolves is our kennel name. I work and run the MGK9 services. MGK9 services was set up in June of last year, where Joey Brennan from MG Wolves got the idea of opening up a pet shop. So part of the pet shop then we introduced all the other services, so everything would be under the one roof for everybody. So we have a fertility clinic, we have a water treadmill, we have a groomers, we've doggy daycare, the pet shop, pet transport, and we also do a welcome box hire service for dogs that are being bred from. And I was a computer technician before that, and Joey asked me would I come and run the business and help out with setting up the whole operation. So I left that and then came working, doing something I love doing, working with dogs, and it turned from a hobby and a passion to just everyday life now.
So, I suppose then, would you say that you're unique in Ireland with the service that you're running in terms of everything is under the one roof for people?
Yeah, well, there is other clinics and there's other pet shops, other places for swimming and dogs with injuries and all, but we would possibly be the only one in Ireland that would have everything under the one roof. That's a one-stop shop for people to come and or contact us and to do with their dogs. So we only specialise in dogs. We don't do any other animals, it's just dog stuff.
Then I suppose then getting on to the Bully Me, how did they come about?
And the Bully Me came about, when I got into the dog scene back 8 years ago or so, I used to be involved in other events, running car shows or running dance events or Santi's Grottos. So when I started showing in the bull breeds, we were showing in fields or out in horse show centres. So I said, why don't we bring this indoors? So myself, Paul White and Chris Brennan brought in RKC, and at that time the UBBR was in Ireland, United Bull Breed Registry. That was an Irish registry, and we came together and we brought the first big show into the Roadstone Club, which was a massive success. And it was the kickstart of the bull breed scene then in Ireland. Then the likes of the ABKC came into Ireland, and then when the UBBR closed down, that's how the IBKC came about. And it just took off. The whole bull breed scene just took off. So the dog meets, dog shows, that I've been involved in, I trying to make successful as possible, and it's been always a great success. That's where the bull breed scene, the bull breed meets came about. Just get people together, get people networking, get people talking. I might want to use your dog, I might want to see posts from your dog, and you might want to use my dog. So it's just good to get people together and get them talking, and instead of all the negative that just be on Facebook where people are behind a computer, the people that are actually coming to these meets and shows, it's good networking, good people getting together and having a chat and seeing dogs in person. That's it. And not only that as well, you can see a dog in person rather than in a picture. Yeah. A picture can also be a lie. So I post up hundreds of videos and pictures of my dogs because I've nothing to hide with them. Yeah. I show everything about them. I bring them to any dog show. I've been to all over Ireland showing dogs. I've been to England with the ABKC, Poland, Holland. I've travelled everywhere showing dogs. Not only with big registries and big shows, I've also went to the smallest dog meets and dog pet shows, and I've been all over with my daughters and myself and my wife, showing these type of dogs, letting people see them.
So how do you think the Bully Meet went? I mean, for us, I know there was about 150 dogs out there, so I think it was successful, but for you?
Massive success. The response I got from all over Ireland, people came from the north, everyone was down. Massive success. That's why I ran the Bully Meet here at MGK9. It's a nice environment, closed gates, it's a private property. People were able to relax, and it was a massive success. I think it was absolutely amazing, and the response I got from Facebook was a massive success as well. So we got the weather, which was great, and it was just a load of people getting together with the same passion, same love for this breed. It was a great success.
Yeah, for me, I was going around taking photographs and videos of the dogs, and I wasn't met with anything from anybody other than politeness. And yeah, far away, take shots, take video, walking the dog, stacking the dog, running them around in a circle. I suppose people were showing off their dog. It was an opportunity for people as well to show off the dog there, and maybe a little bit more because there was a camera there taking it. I thought it was a good event for them.
Yeah, well, I no matter what event I go to, so even when people came to the dog meet here, they seen me with me gazebo, me banners were up. When I go to something, I'm going 100%, and I want people to see that how professional, and they can come and they can, if they're buying a dog off me, if they're using the services here at MGK9 services, everything is professional and they can trust us. We're here to help. Anything possibly we can help, we're here to do it for them. So when I'm attending, I'm going to be there and people are going to know I'm there. I'll be there with banners and people screaming and blazing to let people see what we have on show for them. So I try to explain to people as well, when you're coming to the likes of these events, have your logo on your top, and if you can bring your banner and come and show people what dogs and what you're about and what your kennel is about, because that's the way I turn up and that's the way I show what I have.
I suppose, Mick, have you anything that you didn't say that you'd like to say?
No, just to everybody. I've been blown away with the success and how the whole bull breed and the American bully has blown up in Ireland. It's been massive. People have put amazing breedings together. We have dogs in Ireland that would rock with America and all over Europe and show up against any of them. The lads that are involved in the breed have put great breedings together and bred amazing dogs. There also has been dogs bred and people breed jumping on the bandwagon thinking it's easy. It's not easy. Thinking throw two dogs together, it's not the case. You need to know one dog's faults to one dog, what will complement the dog, and putting dogs together, I personally think. I just think that what everybody has been doing good in the scene and helping out, and it's blown up. It will blow up an awful lot more. I know COVID-19 has messed everything up with shows and it's put us all back a bit, but that's not going to be. It's not going to be the case forever. That's why we arranged the bull meet to get people back out and get people together. So when I reckon there'll be no shows this year anyways, but 2021, when the dog shows are back on in Ireland, people are going to see the massive amount of dogs that's going to be at it. It's going to double, I think, what it was at this year, because there's more and more people getting involved. People are seeing how amazing this breed is. It's not this big aggressive type of dog. You put the dog in the wrong hands, you put a gun in the wrong hands, it's going to be the same outcome. So people that are getting these dogs are good and they're asking advice and they're training the dog and they're bringing the dog up with their kids. So the dog is just a big family companion that's a show dog. And it's one of the most amazing breeds I've ever seen, the American Bully. I have French Bulldogs, I have all these, but the American Bully is such an amazing breed. And anybody I let see my dog has been blown away by them. I bring my dogs, when I get my dogs ready for showing, I train them every day. I bring them to the busy roads, bring them to Temple Bar, bring them to Grafton Street. Let people rub them and let people, while I'm stacking them, let people touch them so that the dog feels comfortable with other people. So when I bring it to a show and a judge walks to the dog is not nervous in any way. Or the judge can open the dog's mouth. I personally think letting other people in busy streets brings the confidence up in the dog. The dog won't be nervous or skittish. So that has been a success for me with training my dogs and bringing them up and getting them ready for showing.
Very good. Mick, you said earlier about the kids and the shows and the future is in the kids. Do you want to?
Yeah, I have two daughters, Sarah Jane and Mia. Both of them have been involved from a young age. Sarah Jane has won multiple junior handling competitions across all the registries, all over England and Ireland. She's a very, very good handler. Mia, our younger sister now, will be a great handler as well. I think the kids are the future. So when I was involved in the dog shows, I'd get the kids in and try and explain to them how to handle the dog, give them a few tips and pointers. But one main thing I would always talk to the kids about is be respectful. Be respectful to your other people you're competing against. So if the winner wins, go up and shake the winner's hand. Let them have that moment, because your moment might be the next time. Also be respectful to the judge, whether the judge picks you or not. I always explain to a child and people I'm training with their dogs, explain to them, always be respectful to the judge. It might not pick you today, but your time might be next time. So be respectful, because you'd like the respect of people as well. When I'm showing my dog and I win, I try to explain to people, this is not something where I just walk out and just handle the dog. This is 24/7 my life. I do this all the time. When I'm leaving here, I do it at home. I do it with the kids. We're showing, training, everything. To be respectful. And when the kids are growing up with that respect for each other and the dog, well then they're the future of the bull breeds. So the future is in good hands when they're being reared that way. If they're being reared in a negative way and they're being taught, oh, he's competing with us, so don't talk to him, it's not a good way of bringing them up in the scene. Let them come up and have a good nature and respectful manner. So then when in years to come, it's just going to be a nice flow of people and everybody will work together. So that's my method of bringing them up.
And even if they are competing against each other, it's a healthy competition, and I think it's good for kids to learn that sometimes winning isn't always about coming first. Winning is taking part. And I know that's a bit of a cliche, but you're there, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And if you didn't win this time, ask the judge, where did I fail? What do I need to do to make me bump this dog and me up the ladder a little bit for the next show?
Yeah.
And take that on board, the advice, I suppose.
Yeah, 100%. One of the 4 shows, ABKC shows, Ty Lumley, judge from America, was over judging. And I had my first dog that I was showing, Otis, an Old English Bulldog. And Ty Lumley said to me, absolutely stunning dog, but I'd like a little bit more weight on him. So I took his advice, went home, put more weight on the dog, worked more with the dog, and built him up more, went to the next show, and he won. So the judges have judged all over Europe and all over the world, and they've seen thousands of dogs through their hands. So I always take the judge's advice. You also then, as well as an owner of the dog, you also can't be kennel blind. If the dog is not winning and you think, well, why is this dog not winning all the time? Well then, there's a good possibility that the dog has a fault that is a severe fault. Whether it's a straight stifle, it's high top end, not a good top line, it's undershot, its bite is wrong, it's worry jaw, easty westy feet, it's out on the elbows. You as the owner also need to pick up that, like, this dog might not ever win in a show, so maybe time to change your tools and take that dog out of showing and get a new one for showing if you have the passion for showing. Because people love showing, love getting out and getting into the ring and having a day out with that dog. So you also have to watch and look at what tools you're using for the dog, and definitely listen to the judge. 1,000,000% listen to the judges.
I suppose I just want to say as well that maybe thank you to you. We were at the last show where our young one, we had an XL, we still have the XL. She's 8 months now. But at that show, you kind of put her up on this stage, took photographs over the trophy and all, and it kind of really inspired her. She was afraid of dogs before we got her. That really inspired her to start training the dog, and she was mimicking what was happening in the show. So we ended up getting, I suppose, a pocket bully then from that. So now we have 2 dogs who, I suppose, she's learning how to do all this stuff with, So.
At the last IBKC show, MGK9 services, we had a massive stand at it. We had, I think, hundreds of goodie bags for the kids with leads and everything in it, a bag for them to bring home, because the future is the kids. And Joey that owns MGK9 100% supports the kids. We've done training days, we've done courses where we teach kids how to handle the dogs. They're the future, so he 100% backs that. That's why we had the goodie bag, and then we also had the stack off trophy and letting kids get up on that pedestal. They might not have won in the ring, so the buzz around MGK9 services stand was getting the kids up there. Even adults were getting the buzz, getting up on the stage and stacking the dog up, because they didn't have to have that, oh, you won. It's getting up there and showcasing your dog and showing what you have, and enjoying the day. It's a family day out, enjoy it.
That's where it was for us. That was our first show, and it was a really positive and good experience for us.
When the passion for me with the dogs was, I originally started out with Bull Mastiffs, and when I was a child we bred Jack Russells and Pit Bulls, and then when I moved, I bought my own house, I started out with Bull Mastiffs, and then I got Otis, which I attended shows with, and I purely just self-taught myself. Everything I've done in my life, from I do a bit of graphic design. When it came to learning the stuff with the dogs, I self-taught myself. My handling, self-taught. I find that when you're relaxed and you're not stressed, the dog won't be stressed. So the dog feels every single thing through the lead. So when I'm training a dog and when I'm handling a dog, the dog might be lunatic for the owner, but when I take the dog and the dog feels that I'm not afraid, then they're not afraid. So that's why I'm able to stack the dog and get them up. So my passion has been just getting out there. I've learned from my mistakes. Everything I've done is learning from my mistakes I've done, and made sure then we all will learn from that. We will all make mistakes, and we will all then fix them and learn from them mistakes, and that's how we get where we are today. So it's the same thing with the dogs. I've just learned myself. My daughter then picks up off me by watching me and seeing me at the shows, and now she would go out and train her dog herself. I wouldn't even have to do it for her. So it's just that passion that we have, that we don't do anything else. Don't drink, don't go out partying. So the dogs is our life, and the whole dog scene is our life, and a passion of ours. So that's where, when I was asked to come and be part of the MGK9 services, it was a no-brainer. I'm not working, I'm doing something I love doing, so I don't feel like I'm working. Yeah. Like, you can catch me here from 9 o'clock in the morning. Some nights I'm still here at 7 and 8 o'clock. I'm like making sure people are getting what they need done. If they need breedings done, or they need food, they need something done, or training for the dog, or they're in an emergency where they need a welcome box, we're here 100% for them, and we're here to help them.
Okay. Look, Mick, thanks very much.
No problem, Mark, and I wish you the best with the Ireland's Bully TV. Like I said to you before, any support, any help we can give you from MGK9 services, we back the Ireland's Bully TV 100%. So anything you need, just give us a shout.
Okay, thanks very much.
Thanks very much.